Welcome to another episode of Creepy Stories. In today's episode, we have a story about creepy dogs that might have something to do with mythology, a creepy toy chest that should be on trial, and a ghost that may or may not have been there. The first story, Spirit Hounds by ZombeedeeSkeptic. I'm motivated to share this because I made a little discovery. I found this subreddit recently, and it was the first thought when I found this out, so I thought others might find this interesting. First, backstory. My family often tells stories of me and the Kushki dogs. Apparently, beginning at around the age of 3, I claim that dogs came out of my bedroom walls at night. I called these some nonsense word, but my parents gleaned Gushki from my childish gobbledygook, and so they were named after them. I also told my parents that these dogs were like lions because they were very large, had long, thin, whippy tails, and had big, fluffy necks and feet. Most oddly, I claim the dogs were green. Crazy kids. Childhood me would periodically tell my parents that the previous night I had not slept because the Kushki dogs wanted to play, and that they licked me or barked to wake me up until I played with them. After they were done, they would leave through my bedroom wall again. When I was 8, my parents divorced, and I moved houses to live with my mother. I don't know whether the Kushki dogs were location-based or they were just a figment of my imagination that an emotional upheaval destroyed. But from then on, I never mentioned them again, and I all but forgot about them, until about an hour ago. I'm 27 now, and I'm a bit of a geek for mythology. So I was just browsing the web, looking up various articles on the myths and legends of my part of the world. And I just found an article that kind of stunned me. I have no idea how, and all my mythological research and browsing, I have never come across these before. But here it is. The Gushki, pronounced Kakush, is a mythological hound in Irish folklore, said to be the size of a young bull with the appearance of a wolf. Its fur is shaggy and usually cited as being dark green, though sometimes white. Its tail is described as being long and either coiled up or pleated. Its paws are described as being the width of a man's hand. The Gushki was feared as a harbinger of death and would appear to bear away the soul of a person to the afterlife. Similar to the manner of the Grim Reaper and similar to that to be Shitshe or Banshee in Irish folklore. According to legend, the creature was capable of hunting silently, and would occasionally let out 3 terrifying bays, and only 3, that could be heard for miles by those listening for it, even far out at sea. Those who hear the baying of the Kushki must reach safety by the 3rd bark, or be overcome with terror to the point of death. It was also said that the baying was a warning to lock up nursing women, lest the beast abduct them and take them to a fairy mound to supply milk for the children of the Fae. I'm pretty stunned. I mean, obviously ghost dogs playing with a toddler is not quite the same as harbingers of death, but the similarities kind of spun me. I am of Irish descent, although all my life I have lived in and around London, England. Perhaps the Kushki visited me for a little break from foretelling the deaths of the unfortunate. The second story is entitled, My Dog is Dead Now, by a wild copypasta. I think a doll killed my dog. I never sleep with dolls, never have, but I have a lot. They were all in my toy chest, and some were so old that they had some mold on them. I guess that I wasn't good to them, but I always slept with my dog. She was a min-pin named Lucy, my best friend. Last year I woke up on April 20th, Easter. I woke up and Lucy ran to the end of my bed and started barking like she always did. But this time she wasn't facing the door, she was facing the toy chest. I thought nothing of it, and turned off my alarm and went back to sleep. I should have gotten up. 15 minutes later my alarm clock went off. I decided to get up. But when I opened my eyes, a Barbie doll was on my chest, looking directly at me. Her face was covered in mold, I screamed. My dad came in and he was weirded out because my sister was afraid of dolls, not me. Not to mention that there was a moldy doll sitting on my chest. I don't know if it was the fear or what, but I couldn't move, and the doll felt so heavy. My dad picked up the doll and put her in the toy chest, which was wide open with all the other dolls, making a gaping hole that went to the bottom of the chest. I was crying at this point. My dad hugged me and told me it was okay, and that there was nothing to fear. But I knew better. I told him then and there that I wanted to donate my toys, but he said no. I remembered that Lucy was next to me, and I looked at her, but she was limp. We buried her that morning, and I never opened that chest again. But every morning after that, I woke up with it either ajar or wide open. Every time a doll was at the base of my bed. I recently kicked my sister out of the room and now I'm sleeping in a loft bed. I don't know, I donated the dolls but probably should have burned them. I was 14 at the time, but that scared me so bad that I will never get a doll again. Nor will I look at them the same way. The third and final story for today. Friends saw a woman in the same room as me, but I saw nothing. By TheGreatJohon. We were staying at my batch because we have a 2-week break from school, so I got my friends together and we stayed at Arneo Beach for 2 nights. On the first night, I slept in the same room as the girl who sleep talks. At about 2 in the morning, she said, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," in the corner, and sat up, and was pointing directly at the corner of the room, sounding pretty scared and urgent. I could see there was nothing there. I went to sit up, but she pushed me down and said, "It might see you," or something along those lines. Then a few minutes later, when she had settled down, she mentioned a chair, but slurred her words as sleep talkers do. The following night, me and my friend were already drunk and sleeping in that same room. The girl was in a different room to us. At about the same time in the morning, my friend said, "There's a woman in the corner. She's got cuts on her hands like a gardener would, and she's not wearing anything on her feet." I asked him to keep describing her, and he said she was blonde, with vivid eyeliner, and that she was just staring straight at him. Then a few minutes later, he said she was at his bedside in a chair, still staring him straight in the eyes. I didn't see a single thing, but I turned on the light and she was gone for him. Didn't have anything else for the rest of the night. The batch was built really recently on a flat piece of land, so it has no history. But a woman did commit a murder-suicide on her kids in a home down the street from where we were staying. Any thoughts on this? The only thing that got us worried was that the girl had mentioned a chair and was in the same room as my friend. Also, I've never experienced anything paranormal, and I was really looking forward to something at both nights, but I couldn't see anything. Is it possible that some people just can't see that stuff? In a few months, I plan on making a countdown of the creepy videos in each category. In order to do so, I need your help. If you like any of the stories, hit the like button to let me know. It'll help me when I need to collect the data. If you like the videos and want to know when more are coming, simply subscribe to the channel. I post new videos every day. I know you can pick any YouTuber to watch, so I just want to thank you for picking one of my videos. I hope it didn't scare you to death.